Well, a pouring rain, miserable New Year's Eve here in Ontario. But Christmas, although it was cold, was good for us, right? It was nice to have. I remember almost every Christmas I can remember in the past was like wet, rainy day. Never snowy, although it was a little cold. It was never snowy. And a great Christmas, my favorite time of year. So I remember when I was a kid, the highlight of the year was the fair, the exhibition would come to town in Charlottetown. When the exhibition started to get torn down on Saturday night, it was like your soul melting away because you knew that school was around the corner and summer was over. And although I love Christmas Day is a grim reminder that it's over. So now back to business for the rest of the season. Now it's nice to have the kids home. I know a lot of parents maybe wish that the Christmas break wasn't so long. It's nice having the kids around. I think next week Amy and I and the kids are going to go over to Ohio and Pennsylvania for a few days, I believe. That's pending on a number of things. Dominic has gone home. Do we have somebody that can fill in, make sure there's enough riders here, enough people to take care of the horses, so on and so forth. So logistically, I believe it's more than doable. We just have to put the pieces in place. Now, for us here tonight, on New Year's Eve, what's up? We're going to watch some races. Many of you said, Anthony, why weren't you listed on Cintra? Because you drove them last time, and I don't see you listed anywhere. Well, I can tell you why. I'm going to show you why. This is why I'm not. Pouring rain, and the temperature's going to dip a little bit as you get some of my least favorite weather for tonight. I knew it was New Year's Eve, and I didn't really know if Amy wanted to do anything. It's going to be a quiet New Year's Eve, I think, tonight, but at the same time, not a big fan of driving in the pouring rain and the mud. So good luck to everybody. Cintra, I believe Chris Christopher is driving Cintra. No free lunch. Scott Young is driving, and I don't know who's driving JK Mickey Mantle. Oh, James picked JK Mickey Mantle, so that's good. So hopefully a good night, a good way to officially close out 2022. By far the best year we've ever had at the stable.ca. Obviously, what you've allowed us to do has worked out well for us this year. Yes, I'm going to talk about some of the high points and some of the low points even of 2022 in our weekend videos. I'm making a long list of things I want to cover in the opening video and things I want to talk about. There's always room for improvement. There's always things you can do better, and at least roughly analyzing, maybe what didn't go the way we wanted to this year will help us steer clear of potholes like that in the future. We've been trying to do this the last 2 years, and you guys know that. And it's going to continue. Every video I do, everything I think about, I write down, this didn't work, that didn't work. So hopefully, we'll continue. We'll continue to surpass the year before. Each year we open the stable. And this year, with the horses we were able to purchase at the yearling sales, man, it's truly been something else. We've gone from, that guy that has that plan or that idea for a fractional ownership stable to one of the biggest volume buyers of yearlings and major players on a number of levels and a number of jurisdictions all throughout North America, recognized in New Zealand and Australia. What we've done together has been, although I think we're far from changing the industry, we have opened its eyes. And it's truly, it is gratifying, a little depressing that people still aren't moving forward with plans to do this, but still truly gratifying that people are understanding the importance of fractional ownership, the importance of getting people back into the game, like you. So, what took place yesterday? Now, we had a sailor made a break. I don't know whether it's the surface or what. He just not getting a hold of the track the best that he could. The one thing he didn't do a lot of was make breaks here, and he's made at least 2, I think, for Stacy. So I don't know whether it's the surface. Obviously, they do a fantastic job. So, does Sailor fit in Dayton? I don't know. I know Stacy said maybe they'll enter him in the Meadows next week when I'm there. Our trip to the Meadows in Northfield next week will likely consist of training here on Tuesday, going to Northfield Tuesday afternoon, training the babies Wednesday morning at Northfield Park, going to race at Northfield Park Wednesday night. I know we have Gemstone Ruby Rose in. I'm interested to see how she does on Wednesday. So there's her. Get her raced on Wednesday. Then Thursday we have racing. We'll have racing at the Meadows. I think you're going to see Locatelli in the Open again. Some other horses will make their way over. I believe we're going to start holding the tone over there. He's just so big. I think the Meadows suits him a little better, and there's a class that he fits perfectly at the Meadows also. So maybe a good spot to start him. And then Friday, who knows? It's up in the air. I've sent a message off to Stacy. I don't know if she plans on racing anything Friday. As of right now, we don't have anything that will tie me to the Meadows on Friday, which means we could come back here Thursday evening or Friday afternoon. I would say Friday, probably stay at a hotel with the kids. Friday afternoon, come back here. So we're here to, we'll train the babies Saturday. Maybe that's what we'll do. Might go back to Northfield and train, it depending on the weather, go the right way of the track with the babies again on Friday and be back here. Switch it up a little bit. Be back here for Saturday. Now, many of you may say, is Wednesday back Friday a problem? No. Not when you're going that speed, certainly not, especially for horses that have missed a week of training because of the weather also. So what took place yesterday, Sailor made a break, as I said. We'll try and, it doesn't seem to be anything mechanically. He seemed to be trotting well the last half. If anything, it looks like he's touching that, I think it's a left hind leg up high. He's got a bump on his splint. He's touched that his whole life. So I think that may be a key, is mitigating that striking on that jack area, which we can do, I think. Now, without knowing the surface of Dayton, it's hard for me. You stop, Jingle Bells. I love that you love Christmas. It's Daddy's favorite time of year. So, mitigate that striking on that leg. I suspect that's what's causing it. I suspect also that it's a surface, and I don't know the Dayton surface well, so a discussion with Stacy to see what she thinks. And then Absolute Euphoria, you saw that she almost made that break halfway down the line. She's not perfect. She does get a little rolly at times. You got to hold her together. Last week, James just kind of steamrolled them on the end of it and kept the bit right in her mouth, right? Well, last night was the first time when we cut her loose late in the stretch. Got a little out of gear, but still had the mental fortitude to stay at it and do her work right through the end of the mile. You know, a lot of people are going to ask, well, what do you think causes that? Could be a number of things. She's a big filly. Are her stifles a little weak? Does she get close to cross-firing? Is she... I really can't tell you. I know she's got splints on her front legs. They bother her from time to time, I believe. And, of course, with her size, there may be some maintenance needed with her knees. All of that or none of that may need to be addressed in the coming weeks. But... clearly a very nice filly, and I think we're going to have a lot of fun with her all throughout 2023. And then, of course, watch Patrick the Piranha race. Pretty hard to be disappointed when they go in 49 flat. And he's fourth, beat, 2 lengths? He must have paced 49-2, 49-1, 49-2 yesterday. Raced fantastic. I know Stacy alluded to the fact that Dayton's more of a European style. I believe that track makeup is more European style, where the turns are wider, the straightaway shorter. You see that with Dover. We see that with Oak Grove. And when it comes to Miami Valley, it's a little more tighter turns, longer straightaways. She believes that Patrick the Piranha will excel in those longer straightaways, and I think she's probably right. So a decent race night last night. A lot of fun coming up tonight. And then it's back to the grind, back to a new year, January 1st tomorrow. So I am doing a video. I'm going to give everybody a top 10, my top 10 look at the entire year. Is what I'm going to do a video of. I want to talk about what we accomplished, what we're trying to accomplish in 2023. I want to talk about all the horses that made up the year that we had, regardless of they're in the top 10 or not, and also what we see happening in 2023. Talk about some of the yearlings, some of the hopes, and again, we'll do a little bit more of that in the Absolute Yearling video. But for now, just reflection on what happened and looking at what could happen in 2023. So I hope everybody is having a wonderful Christmas season. I hope you all have this is the first year we're not going somewhere. One year I went to Niagara Falls to a concert, a music concert, and mostly with groups of people, and don't have anything on tap tonight. So it'll be a nice quiet night for Amy and I and the kids, which is fine. You know, we've had a pretty stressful year, all of us, you included. the odd day completely off isn't going to kill us. So, Happy New Year, everybody. I'll talk to you all very soon.